Preparing a foundation for a water bridge is a challenging task. You must manage the pressure of the ocean water and prepare the foundation. Even a small mistake can collapse the entire structure. To build a strong foundation, we need land in the water. For this, a geotechnical investigation is carried out. Our target here is to reach the bedrock, which is a strong layer. This is a machine called a cone penetration device. First, it is sent to the surface of the ocean. A cone-type road comes out of the machine, which has penetrated the surface layer. Now, this road collects two types of data. First of all, how much force is required to penetrate the cone? As the cone reaches the strong layer, the machine must apply more force. It also checks the friction on the tip of the cone. When the cone reaches the bedrock layer, high friction and high force will be required. This will create a grab, which is called a resistance grab. And as soon as we get high resistance, the engineers will understand that by digging so low from the surface, we will get the bedrock layer, on which we have to prepare the foundation. But there is a small problem here. In this cone penetration test, only this much area can be identified. While under the ocean, the bedrock layer can be at different depths at different distances. For this, one more test is popular, which is called a seismic reflection survey. This system is installed on the boat, which penetrates multiple sound waves. And on the other side, a hydrophone is installed to collect these waves again. Now, the stronger the wave, the more it will penetrate. The detailed information of the depth of the wave is collected by the hydrophone. From this survey, a detailed map of the surface layer is obtained of a large area. From here, large ships and cranes are brought on site to make the foundation. This ship looks like a barge, which acts as a base for the workers on the water. To remove the water, a temporary dam is made, which is called a coffer dam. To make it, a long sheet of steel is used. These steel piles are carried inside the bedrock, for which high pressure force is applied on these piles. But as soon as we start applying force, these piles start bending because their length is very long. To avoid this problem, the steel piles should be completely straight. And if we apply force through vibration instead of constant force, then our work can be done. For this, the vibratory pile driver machine is used, whose working works exactly like the vibration of a road roller. In this vibrator, two shafts rotate in the opposite direction, on which weights are attached. And with these weights, vibration is created, but it is important to note here that the speed of these shafts is reduced to control the frequency of vibration. When the steel sheet starts going to the surface, and as the strong layer starts coming, the frequency of vibration is increased so that the steel sheet can be brought into the bedrock. In this way, one by one, the sheet is brought to the bedrock. To perfectly connect one sheet to the other sheet, the tongue and groove interlocking mechanism is used, and a circular shape is made from the steel sheet, which is called a cofferdam. Now, the water is taken out of this cofferdam with the help of a pump, but a problem will start coming again. Here, the interlocking mechanism of the sheet will cause the water to leak, and we must completely stop the water to make the foundation. To stop this leakage, two mechanisms can be used. First, if the ocean surface level is less than 6 meters depth, then the pressure of the water will be less here. Then the joints are sealed with the help of a rubber gasket and bituminous coating, and further construction can be started. But let's assume that the ocean surface is more than 6 meters, approximately 12 meters, then in this condition, the length of the steel sheet will be more, and the pressure of the water will also be more. So it is very important to have double safety in this high pressure. Then a double-walled cofferdam is made, and as soon as the inner wall, like the outer wall, is sealed with the help of the rubber gasket. The inner wall is made of steel sheet. The middle of these two walls are filled with mud and small pieces of stone. Now, this double wall will eliminate the problem of water leakage from the cofferdam and will also be a strong foundation to manage the pressure of water. After making the cofferdam, the process of dewatering is started. And as soon as the water comes out, the cofferdam will collapse. Because we have to keep in mind the principle of Bernoulli's law, which tells us that the liquid always flows from high pressure to low pressure side. And after removing water from the dam, low pressure will be created here. And due to that, their high pressure will immediately collapse this dam. To secure these sheet piles, a bracing system is set. and steel tie rods are installed to support them, which handle the maximum lateral pressure. Now, the process of dewatering is carried out in a controlled way, and a lateral support way is provided. After dewatering, the work of the foundation can be started. But as soon as the dewatering is complete, the water will begin to leak from below the pile sheet. The reason for this is the high pressure of the ocean. And secondly, if the steel pile does not reach the entire bedrock, then also the water will begin to leak. So, to avoid this problem, a separate treatment is not given. Its treatment is started with the foundation. Here, to make the foundation, the clay layer is first taken out of the clamshell bucket excavator, and it is taken to the bedrock, where the foundation has to be prepared. Here, our primary target is that for whom the foundation is being made. For a road or railway, or for an offshore wind turbine, or for an ocean lighthouse. If there is going to be a lot of load on this foundation, then we make it a little stronger from here. For this, the hollow steel pipes are penetrated inside the bedrock with the help of a vibrator. And then, with the help of drilling, the rock is pulled out of the pipe. After this, the steel reinforcement bar is set and then filled with concrete. In this way, some pile foundations are prepared in the bedrock. Keep in mind that here, the water leakage is still happening from below the steel sheet. So, here the pumps continuously run to remove the water. Now, to permanently seal this leakage, a concrete seal technique is used. If there is regular water on the surface, then we have to seal it by adding concrete along with the water. So, generally, it is not possible. If we add concrete along with the water, then it will definitely get mixed. To avoid this problem, the tremie method is used, in which there is a long steel tremie pipe that reaches the surface, but its bottom surface is sealed with a plug. This face is inside the water, a little above the surface. The tremie pipe is sealed so that the water does not go inside the pipe. Otherwise, the same concrete and cement will start mixing with the water again. There is a hopper on the top of the pipe with which the concrete is started to be filled. Here, it is very important that the hopper supplies controlled and regular concrete. As soon as the entire pipe is filled with concrete, the pressure comes on the plug, and the plug is removed from the plug. And the heavily dense concrete starts to spread horizontally and starts to keep the water away. Now, here the mixture of concrete and cement is a special type of mixture in which an anti-vase agent is added, which ensures that the cement particles do not quickly spread in the water. Now, as the concrete slab is being made here, the tremie pipe is lifted up slowly. But the most important thing here is that the face of the pipe should be inside the concrete, and the flow of regular continuous concrete should continue. Otherwise, if the water gets a little time, it will start mixing with the concrete and spoil the entire foundation. Here, some people may be confused that there is water at the bottom, and you are putting concrete on top of it. So, how will the water not mix? So, let me explain this to you with an example. For example, I have a jar with honey in it, and I put this honey in the water, just like this, straight from the top. So, generally, after a while, the honey will mix with the water. But if I take this small pipe and take the honey to the bottom of this glass, like the tremie method, then the outer layer of the honey will come in contact with the water. The rest of the honey will not come in contact with the water. So, how will it mix with the water? And you will keep putting honey in the water until a strong foundation of honey is formed. So, here you can think of concrete instead of honey, whose density is much higher than water. And with this method, the water is successfully sealed here. To build the bridge, a strong reinforced steel bar foundation is prepared. Because this foundation is always in water, it is always necessary to select strong material. When the whole skeleton is ready, then the concrete is filled inside it. After 30 days, this foundation becomes so strong that you can build a train or road on it. Now the work of the cofferdam is completed from here, then it is removed. But if the steel pipe is removed from the concrete seal base, then there can be a problem in the foundation. So it is cut from the concrete seal level. There are some limitations of the cofferdam technique. It cannot go more than 12 meters depth. So for this, the pile foundation method is used, in which the large steel pipes are penetrated from the vibratory driver machine into the ocean. and then the water is taken out of it. And then the steel reinforcement bar is put in it and filled with concrete. A strong foundation is also prepared from this. There is another important method called the caisson method. In this, some of this type of structure is made on the ground and then dipped in water. Different types of caissons are used in this, whose technology works in different ways. We will discuss all these methods in detail in some other video. I hope you like the video. And if so, then your small support is very important for us. You can join us through the membership of the channel. Thank you.